this issue of macho. Right now in Ghana, every now and then, chino. Bibieni a chino. Ne abecho. Reset does not mean go under attack and envy success. What the NDC is doing is very petty. Being envious of success, seeing every successful person a questionable character, whereas they themselves are also chasing after business, whereas they themselves have some businessmen amongst them who are also doing well. So it's like destroy others and promote yours. It doesn't work that way. Yesterday I watched an interview by Mr. Asiedu Nketiah, a national chairman, and in that interview in Kumasi, this point basically was that Wontumi was engaged in galamsey and he's been jailed. So even MPP4, this is what the national chairman of the ruling government, the ruling party, it has put out there. So it's like distance yourself from Wontumi, but that is not the case.
Abusiama mena wase na mimo wakwaba honorable kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin minority leader in parliament obo bedi nkomo bi e dia fa demonstration na omo ekoye no eho why it was necessary say omo be that demonstration no o kasa no wo say wo hwe Ghana ha businessmen and women nsem bi ehihye omo bu omo pese omo kan enso omo tumi kasa sana the general public nenso no the way nyoma eko no nyoma enko yi nti omo pese omo kasa na embom kasa sesi ya o kasa na ya ba beche wo no omo tumi enkasa nti omo nyina be kan ho ene ma za demonstration hu se na nipa do na ewo dwaso na se omo ye sa demonstration no ena wo kasa enso efa ngobo bi ya chairman general Honorable Asiedu Nketiah kokodiye ewo dway news program bi eso na o kasa edi afa Chairman Wontumi na nsem yesisi yi enam so a ema me ne wo kasa wo da jeli eho o se Asiedu Nketiah Honorable kan sem bi na anyere de utie asem general o kan ye na he was talking about galamsey say Wontumi akwakoye galamsey nti na Wontumi or that prison na according to Honorable kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin no o kan judgment no kan be say 3 times wo hu sade no ewum say Wontumi akwakoye galamsey nti ena ya jeri no nanso NDC fo kasa obosi Wontumi akwakoye galamsey nti ena ya jeri no enti some misconception na omo editu abonten no enye enti they should stop from it because enye ni padodo na ombenya sa akwanya no omo kan judgment no enti se mo de bibi ase be enye no krekoto abonten a emwa ena osan so edi nkobo edi fa otan ya NDC political party no omo etan NPP4 according to Honorable kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin no wasi se wo hwe businessmen omo wo NPP political party no ma se bisika e wo omo nsemu a omo bebu party no NDC fo ya omo adwen se omo betu omo susa na omo aho omo adwen se ne be ya party no kura be yakura nka agu na omo arunane one political states e wo Ghana memu ha na no de yadwuma because the obi ye na se be moni enye ho na mo ko tie sa nipa no mo so saa e na mo de enso nkoso yi nti wodi nkomo e de afa saa asem no se o hwe NDC amanyoko no a they just envy NPP enu nti na ma omo ha NPP for saa na nye se bia NPP for edi boni bi nti na ma omo saa na the last words o kan ye na e for gold board CEO Honorable Sammy Gyamfi na nsen Sammy Gyamfi enya ndete ye se nkofo binum e de ababeto abonten se gold board hokora nska bi ayira $200 million bi ayira any insembi ya minority no so omo eka efa no Honorable Kwadwo Ponkroma kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin ono nso obeka ye bi se Sammy Gyamfi the gold board hono eye kanko ena omo ebo no ho ba sa Sammy Gyamfi asemi ye beto abontin anye Sammy Gyamfi e de emo no so be respond ye ena Honorable kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin o kan jere se Sammy nya abotre na sesi yankofo a wo adwi mu no gidi se bia omo edo wo no daache wunya asemu a omo be yiwama endi se bibi nkoyi na se omo kan e na wonya abotre na respond a wo de beba no wato obo akasa kwamna Leader Afenyo-Markin minority leader wadi nkomo bibiri mayenkore nkotie nsemu a waka mesrew wunya en subscribe ya na wa subscribe e de ma like video na she ma audio no so nya bi enwe meda wase enkohwe video no.
You were one of the key architects of the demonstrations that happened just a few days ago. You call it democracy under attack, a demonstration. It's been almost 72 hours since the demonstration. when you look back, the number of people who came there, the placards that you were brandishing, and all of the things that you did, do you think it was really worth it?
It was. It was worth it. And it is still relevant, very important that we express our distastes, our apprehension in the manner that we did. I mean, in a very civilized way. We're very civil. Our members comported themselves. The police had less work to do. We cooperated with them and we raised our issues. We were not abusive. I mean, I didn't see any leader abusing members of government or even the president. We were clear on our minds what we wanted to convey. One, this issue of macho. Right now in Ghana, every now and then, chino. Bibieni a chino. Ne abecho. It's not good. Yoko is doing a lot. I mean, sometimes people even just think about the political arrests. But businessmen, I mean, I play golf at Achimota and at Bok. Every now and then, you see a businessman complaining in one way or the other. It's as if in Ghana, the NDC as a party envies world creation, or businessmen are also under attack. They can't complain, but that is the truth. I meet a lot of businessmen on the golf course, and they will tell you, hey, their account has either been frozen or someone has invited them to Yoko and asking them to prove how they got their wealth, how they came by their capital, what the shares you are holding in this, how did you come by it. These are wrong. So when we say democracy is under attack, we are looking at the entire governance architecture as we have it today. Reset does not mean go under attack and envy success. What the NDC is doing is very petty. Being envious of success, seeing every successful person a questionable character, whereas they themselves are also chasing after business. Whereas they themselves have some businessmen amongst them who are also doing well. So it's like destroy others and promote yours. It doesn't work that way. The jailing of Wontumi, there's a lot of mischief in the air. I did not even understand the Wontumi case until I read the judgment. I've read the Wontumi judgment 3 times. I want to be sure when I'm discussing this in public. So I deliberately read it thrice to understand what the case was all about. If you ask any ordinary Ghanaian, the spin out there is that Wontumi went to do galamsey and he's been jailed. That is a spin. Yesterday I watched an interview by Mr. Asiedu Nketiah, a national chairman. And in that interview, in Kumasi, this point basically was that Wontumi was engaged in galamsey and he's been jailed. So even MPP this is what the national chairman of the ruling government, the ruling party, has put out there. So it's like distance yourself from Wontumi. But that is not the case. Wontumi has a lease from Minerals Commission. And what took him to court is that on his own lease, some people came to do illegal mining on it. The court did not find an agreement between Wontumi and those people. Neither did the court say that Wontumi authorized them. What the court basically said was that, he should have been able to stop them, or that what they call assignment of his rights and all of that. Meanwhile, there is no such agreement to it. The court is basically talking about circumstantial evidence. So there's no proof. And the young man is in jail 20 years. You may not like Wontumi, but find fault from his wrongdoing and punish him for it. But enfanu we bufu say oh ye dede dodo or kasabasa basa. If or kasabasa basa, who sue you for defamation? But who fa kase wako kase ti opini binti ukofa galamsey ho ejele no. So I'm saying it here that.
But that's not what the judges said.
I'm saying that in the judgment, the judge didn't say Wontumi was involved in galamsey.
That's also true.
True. In the charge sheet, nowhere in the charge sheet did the state say that Wontumi was being prosecuted for engaging in galamsey.
Right.
But out there, the story is that Wontumi koye galamsey and into the jail no. Our system is so unfair. If you are not lucky to get somebody to speak for you, you will be in jail. And I'm saying that is the mischief the NDC is engaged in. As we speak, the court is on vacation. But why did the Chief Justice say that the political cases, he is assigning judges to sit on it on vacation? It has never happened before. And they want to rush justice and in the process prove a point. It is not governance. You see, on the day of demonstration, I reminded my colleagues in NDC, and I'll repeat it here on your platform. Sometimes this power, when we get it, we think as though it would be there forever. It happens. Every politician, when he takes power, if you read our history from 92, don't take it far. Anytime a political party gets power, the first impression is that we will stay in power forever. I remember back in the days in 2001, how NDC was booted out of office. The talk in town was that NDC,
it was J.H. Mensah who said.
Oh, you know when we
30 years. He said NDC will be in opposition for 30 years.
First 4 years, 2004 elections, we were shocked when NDC reclaimed some of their seats we took away from them. Ashama, MPP won Ashama in 2000 election. We won that Dekotopon. Even in the Bono areas, they took back some seats that we thought we had gotten for good. Ojojojo, they took it back in Accra. All right? And by 2008, they have gathered momentum, said that in spite of all the successes in Kufuor's rule, they snatched power. Then they also thought that, oh, MPP, look at how they struggled in 2012. They had to literally rig the elections, where voting machines were deliberately stopped because they realized that they were not going to win. So they postponed the election. We know all the machinations in the 2012. Even in spite of all that, the figures could not add up. Where pink sheets were manufactured and all strange pink sheets, collation, even some of the figures, they were in a rush. They managed to rig and the presiding officers did not sign. And we took it to court. 4 years. They thought the victory in 2008 was forgone. Conclusion, oh, it was a walk in the park in 2012. 2012, I can tell you, I was a candidate. NDC was deliberate about it rigging. They struggled. But Akufo-Addo, a man of peace, accepted the verdict of the court. 5-4. All right? 5-4. You read the judgment, you could see that the court, the majority took a policy decision and then they said just for stability, let it go. But there were real issues. So we also got it in 2016, 169 seats. We thought, oh, it was El Dorado. It's over. We had a shock in 2020 where Central Region, our seats were just falling. Greater Accra, seats were just falling. We were just losing the seats in just 4 years. Then became 137. We struggled in Akufo-Addo's second term. It was the grace of God that took Akufo-Addo through the second term. So it's a warning sign to our friends in government today. They should stop the intimidation. They should stop the bullying. Look, we hear of malfeasance, procurement breaches, we hear of corruption in various state agencies. It's coming out, one after the other. Look at the losses at the gold board. It's not us who are complaining, it is IMF. Now there is a turf war between BOG and gold board. I see Bank of Ghana trying to protect itself. So you see, the governor has been faced criminal charges before. So I suspect that he's being careful that, hey, I was in the cooler alone, let me do the right thing. Whereas gold board also wants to be all over the place, showing, proving a point and all of that. IMF has given strong warnings. Now the losses at gold board, the 9.6 billion, that was as of December. Now, to the extent, let me tease out this, to the extent that the governor has admitted that there were some things to be straightened, thereby exiting the financing of the project, the program in itself should raise questions. IMF has stated the losses. So these are all major concerns. They will justify by saying that there is always an economic cost or a cost to implementing an economic policy.
Opportunity cost.
Right. That will be their justification. Somebody who wants to do mischief can also say that is for causing financial loss to the state. I will continue to plead with my colleagues. They should be careful. Yes, they may have some pain. I won't take it away from them. They may have problems that Akufo-Addo 8 years, there was this against them or that. But can we end this at some point as political leaders?
You've been consistent about this call.
Can we end this at some point? Because if we don't end it at some point, bro, Abawumia comes to office tomorrow. I may be a moderate. I may be sitting at the table and saying to His Excellency that, sir, I think let's manage this. Bawumia himself, by his posture, is not vindictive. He's not the type of person who would dedicate or use his energies to go after his opponent. But in governance, it's not a one-man rule. It's an ecosystem of the collective. He may, as a person, not want that. But when you get to a tipping point and you push your opponent to a point where they say, no, we must also get our pound of flesh, you make it difficult for Dr. Bawumia as president or others like me who may say that, look, let's be measured. So it's a humble plea. They can say all they want to say. I am saying that let there be accountability, but let the accountability have a human face. Why would Iyoko say bring 50 million worth of property before you get your bill? Why would you try to embarrass and disgrace somebody like Miracles Abuaji? Create an impression that he has so much in his bank account when you know it's a lie. The man has been around. He travels, he comes. Miracles comes at the airport. You can just invite him. He would come. Why carry Iyoko officials to just operatives to arrest him? Our national security couple, Edubuahi, this young man committed his life serving our country. We all know what goes into national security? Why subject him to such an ordeal, he and his wife? You create an impression out there that Edu Boahin is a thief, an intelligence officer who has worked day and night. How would you? I came close to understanding the operations as a majority leader. It's not easy to manage a national security apparatus. It's not easy. What they do to keep the peace and to give us a safe Accra, we wake up driving as if nothing has happened. Don't go after them. It is wrong.
Okay.
All right? These are things that they are doing. And you also have a national security. You know, there are individuals in charge who may be taking decisions for the state.
Okay.
How would you feel if tomorrow, I beg you, let me land on this.
Okay, because of time.
How would you feel if tomorrow somebody now targets them? If you don't understand something, yes, you can do the politics. But I will plead with our friends in government. Again, I will plead with them. You say reset, no problem. Do your reset. Accountability, yes. If somebody has done something, pursue the person, no problem. But do it with a human face.
Okay.
Let the justice machinery work in a manner that everybody will see it as being fair.
Okay.
Galamsey has worsened. Things have gone bad. It's not the opposition saying it. It is organized labor. It is the religious bodies who are saying it. It's not MPP. They have their independent research mechanism that is pointing to that. And let me land on this gold board issue. I want to say something to our brother Sammy Gyamfi. Sammy, MPP, nobody hates you. Abno Sayasare doesn't hate you. I don't hate you. We want the best for you. Some of the people you think are your friends today, that you deploy to attack us merely for questioning certain actions at gold board, may not be there for you tomorrow. So take it easy. When we raise issues, take your time and respond. Don't come and attack us. Don't engage others to attack us because we've criticized gold board. You were very loud, Sammy, when you were in opposition. You raised critical issues. You were the loudest in opposition. And I'm sure you should have a certain level of tolerance to even listen to the issues we raise, because most of the issues you raise are issues that have been reported by the IMF, by institutions that are credible. So we are not after your person. We are after the excesses in the activities at your institution. So please, don't take it personal. Let's work together. Let's understand the issues. When we raise them, take note. Because one day, some of these things may come back and haunt you, and maybe a media person that is supporting you today may not be there for you tomorrow. So let's understand each other and show our collective mutual respect. You see, I would do. Another thing, our friends in NDC have become so intolerant. When you raise any issue, then they become personal, attack you, insult you, engage some bloggers, engage some pseudo, whatever on social media, to now go very personal. They are so intolerant. They don't want to hear criticism. But things are going wrong. A lot of malfeasance, a lot of wrongdoing. It's our duty to discuss, to raise them. Theirs is to listen and adjust and get it done right. It will save them themselves tomorrow, like my brother Sammy Gyamfi's issue I'm raising. It will save him tomorrow.
All right.
So they should get it and stop attacking. As I watched a clip, somebody attacking Honorable Abno Sayasare. I was so sad, just because she has raised issues about gold board. Kojo Ponkroma also raised issues about gold board, and there was personal attack on him. Sammy himself went on social media calling the minority names. Anyway, who control to raise the issues?
So
I pray that they will listen to us.